The last theory is a more fun theory, kind of like Finding Nemo meets The Shining. When confined to small spaces, clownfish are known to be aggressive and will attack and kill one another. Eggs will decay if not fertilized properly, so clownfish will eat their own eggs if this starts happening.
There. It's okay, Daddy's here.
1 week later.
Right then, the meeting has officially come to order. Let us all say the pledge. Fish are friends, not food.
Dark Finding Nemo fan. Theory is ruining childhoods. Well, I'm not a stranger to dark theories or fan theories of any type of media. I know quite a few Nemo ones myself. Like, this has popped up before. I have no idea why. It's showing up again. I swear they did all this back when the movie came out. And Finding Dory kind of like breaks all the theories, like, of all these dark theories. Like, the theories of these are just very dark. Most of them are to do with Marlin and that, when he had that big thing happens at the beginning of the movie. Most of the movie is just him having a mental trip, and he's basically hallucinating everything. He hasn't got real sun. So I think that's what this might be. I don't know, but we will have a look. A dark Finding Nemo theory is ruining the childhoods of the film's fans, and if you think you can brave having your memories of Pixar classic being totally questioned, check out the video. Alright, so this is the video. So I'm going to have a listen to this, see what this is about, and then I'll see if it reminds me of any other ones, because there's been loads I've seen pop up on the internet all the time. If you put down dark fan theory of like any movie now, or any Pixar movie, or any movie in general, you're going to find a theory, trust me. There's Reddits for it. But let's have a look.
Nemo doesn't actually exist.
Do your eyebrows exist? I'm sorry, I just thought it's like, not being mean to the girl, but she has very weird portion, like with a eyebrow thickness to her forehead. And a very pointed chin. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be picking.
Hear me out.
No.
So at the beginning of the movie, this barracuda kills off the entire family,
Yes.
right? When Marlin wakes up, he imagines that there's only one egg left. He names his only son Nemo. Nemo in Latin translates to no one or nobody.
Oh, Nemo is given a nickname or surname. It is a Latin for nobody. Okay, so that is right then. Okay, alright, so you got a bit of ground evidence there. Okay, but the name could have just been because, well, it's a cute name.
It gets crazier. So if Nemo doesn't actually exist, the entire movie is about Marlin going through the 5 stages of grief. He doesn't want his son going to school because he thinks it's not safe.
Okay.
He gets mad at Nemo when Nemo does something that's out of Marlin's control. He deals with a super forgetful travel buddy to find his son. Marlin then watches Nemo get flushed down the drain. And by the end of the movie, Marlin learns to just let go and let Nemo do what he wants. I'm crying.
I'm crying because your eyebrows are just giant. You look a little bit like an alien. I'm sorry. It does look like a bit like an alien. Just quite wide features, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe the camera. She looks like a fish herself. No. This is to do basically with Marlin's going through the stages of grief, and it's like an AA meeting in like how a person would feel going through like a really traumatic experience, PTSD, and so the son isn't real and stuff like that. Like, I've heard this one, I think, before. I think it was a bit different. I think it was more to do with the father was the one that did it, who killed the family. If I find theories, I'll make a little clip for you at the end, so stick around till the end for that, or just skip to it, it's up to you. For those who didn't spend years of their childhood watching the animations, the movie is about a clownfish called Marlin who gets separated from his young son, Nemo. Yep, and as we know, the name Nemo in Latin means nobody. So everyone is basing this theory off of that Nemo means nobody. So really the movie would have been called Finding Nobody. It's like the stages, she says, like denial. He doesn't want his son going to school because he doesn't think it's safe. Then he got the anger. He gets mad at Nemo when he does something that is out of his control, because it's not actually him bargaining. I don't understand this one. He deals with a super forgetful travel buddy. So it's like, sort of like, you know how, Castaway, with the football. It's sort of like that, I think that's what's going on there.
Wilson! What are we gonna do now? Wilson! Wilson!
My name is Voight, dumbass.
Was it the spare Marlin then watches Nemo get flushed down the drain? Well, that's more like he's now accepting the fact that he's gone, I believe. For it to be all like an illusion, he's just going around saying to people, I need to find my son, but you've never had a son. He's like, way, okay.
I have to find my son.
You don't have one.
Fans of the Finding Nemo were left reeling after being made aware of the theories with one person flying, "Girl, stop, that was my childhood."
They've ruined my childhood.
"Girl, stop, that's my childhood, you heard it." Another said, "No, now I can't watch this the same." While a third added on an even darker twist, posting, "I heard the barracuda don't eat clownfish, so the mum ate the family." No, I think more Marlin, because he would have been the one that lived, wouldn't it?
There. It's okay, Daddy's here.
However, others quite rightly pointed out that although the film Nemo interacts with other characters, which he wouldn't be able to if he didn't exist, well, no, he can still do, on movies that do it, they're all just in a mental asylum basically the whole time, when all this really wasn't happening. They can, like Shutter's Island.
Seen something like it before.
He thinks he's like the main character, but he's actually the one who gets locked away. Spoilers. And the whole thing is like an act. So maybe all of his friends, he just thinks they're other people and he's just playing it out in his mind. So they all play along with him, like in Shutter's Island. One asks, then how come the dentist and the other fish were talking to Nemo? The dentist wasn't talking to Nemo. He was just saying it was a fish. While the second wrote, but Nemo had friends when he went to school and when he was at the doctor's office. So please explain. Doctor's office, you mean the dentist, you mean. Fair point. Unless you really want to go down the rabbit hole and suggest all those characters were merely figmentations of Marlin's imagination too. Be right back having a crisis. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have a crisis after that as well.
I'm having a crisis.
I think of it's more like Finding Nemo mixed with Shutter's Island. That is what I would think more of what is going on if your theory was, if you wanted to put more ground into your theory. I think that like that idea of that story, how that plays out, would work well with it to make it even worse. I think I just have. But let me know, guys, what type of theories you think is happening.
Another more believable theory is that Marlin is overprotective still because of his desire to protect his only remaining son and actually does suffer from some PTSD. The sharks Bruce, Chum, and Anchor are shown in some kind of a meeting for their addiction to eating fish, where they claim fish are friends, not food.
Fish are friends, not food.
The last theory is a more fun theory. Kind of like Finding Nemo meets The Shining. When confined to small spaces, clownfish are known to be aggressive and will attack and kill one another. Eggs will decay if not fertilized properly, so clownfish will eat their own eggs if this starts happening. Perhaps Marlin was paranoid about the outside world, so he stayed hidden at home. Confined to the small space, he killed his wife. Desperate for food, he ate all of the eggs. Most dark fan theories all have one thing in common, and that one thing is Nemo, meaning nobody in Latin. Finding Nemo is really just a fun story and way to deliver a more powerful message to a young audience about the effects of untreated mental illness and the benefits of seeking help and guidance.